Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And in today's episode, the topic is the truth about why Giannis Antetokoumpo is going to re-sign with the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's the topic that I want to get into in today's video here. So before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, be sure to check out our Dreamerspro Short Clips channel in the description below. And also check out our Dreamerspro Podcast, which is there as well for you guys. So if you guys enjoy listening to podcasts, that's available for you guys as well. So let's just get straight into the topic here. And I want to take my time sort of illustrating the idea that I have for you guys in this particular topic here. So all of you guys know that Giannis Antetokoumpo is one of the most electrifying basketball players probably ever. He's a two-time regularist. He's a back-to-back MVP winner. He just won his first NBA Defensive Player of the Year title just this season. So the guy is having a stellar career. If I go and take a look at his numbers last season, let me see. Let's look at his numbers. Bear with me. Okay, last season the guy averaged 29.5 points, got you 13.6 rebounds a game, and 5.6 assists. So Giannis has just been a monster pretty much all throughout his career, and got you a block and probably a steal to go with that. So the guy has just been sensational. For the last two seasons in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks have had the #1 record in the NBA for the last two seasons. So Giannis Antetokoumpo has been sensational. Now, there are a lot of talks, however, about whether or not he's going to re-sign with the team next season. And the Milwaukee Bucks, to their credit, have been making some solid moves so far to make sure that they can try to keep him there and show them, hey, listen, we're really interested in retooling and getting better and constantly being able to compete for championships moving forward. And also, there's a part of that where Giannis Antetokoumpo needs to get better as well. So the Milwaukee Bucks have been doing their part. Now, a lot of people, well, some people believe that he may leave. And I'm saying I don't think he'll leave at all for a number of reasons. First of all, let's talk about Giannis Antetokoumpo's upbringing. Giannis Antetokoumpo was born in Greece, but his parents are Nigerian, right? From Lagos, Nigeria. But he was born in Greece. For 18 years living in Greece, Giannis Antetokoumpo did not have a citizenship. He didn't have his papers. Because if you're born in Greece and some other countries like that, even though you're born in these countries, maybe because you're not like, let's say Greek, for example, you automatically don't get papers to stay there. So essentially he was kind of like an illegal resident, although he was living there, but he didn't have his citizenship papers while he was there for 18 years. So you can imagine the type of thoughts that must be going through a person's mind like that. And you can imagine the things to a kid at that point that may be important to him and things that are not important to him whatsoever, right? You and I grew up, at least most of us, I'm assuming, grew up. We were born in the countries that we were born. And the last thing that was on your mind is whether or not you were allowed to stay in the country that you're living in. Most of us don't have to experience that. Most of it, even if you don't come from wealth, even if you don't come from a rich background or whatever it is, at the very least, you weren't always looking over your shoulders to see, man, could I get deported, right? You never experienced those thoughts. So psychologically, the other things that you were focused on, even if you came from nothing, or even if you're trying to achieve something, maybe you came from a decent background and you're trying to achieve something, you didn't have that in the back of your mind. Giannis did. At the same time, he was still trying to, become a basketball player, become a professional basketball player. He had his family in different parts of the world, and you have to worry about how can you take care of them. So Giannis's upbringing was quite different. And funny enough, Giannis Antetokoumpo became a citizen of Greece in 2013, which is only 7 years ago. In 2013, now if I look at Giannis Antetokoumpo's age here, he's 25. So that means he got his citizenship, yes, when he was 18, right? Yes, when he was 18 years old. So all this time, the guy never even had his citizenship. He moved to America to come and play basketball. And although he went to go play with the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee, some people may say, us Americans or some people that know a lot about America may say, Milwaukee? Who wants to go to Milwaukee? Who wants to live in Milwaukee? No disrespect to Milwaukee, but we're just being honest. I was raised in New York, so, but I was born in Maryland. Nobody's going to come and tell me, oh, Maryland is just as good as New York. No, it's not. So let's get out of our feelings and let's just keep it real with each other. But he's living in Milwaukee, right? And for a typical American, you may say, man, I'm not trying to live in Milwaukee. If I have the opportunity, I'm going to go live in LA, or I'm going to go live in Miami. I'm going to play with the Miami Heat, or I'm going to go, play with play in New York, or play with something like this. But to a guy like that, those things mean absolutely nothing. He's coming to a situation where now he's a multi-millionaire, number one. Number two, he has enough money, and he said it before, that he used to send all of his checks home. Enough money to take care of his parents and his family. Now, depending on the culture that you come from, in Giannis, okay, I'm Nigerian, my dad's Nigerian, although I'm born in the States. But if you have something, like if you've done something for yourself, culturally, you're expected to take care of the people in your family that don't have, and even people that are extended family that may not even be related to. You have so many responsibilities, it's not even funny if you're successful. So many that go beyond just your brother, your sister, and your mom and your dad. So many, right? Because they're like, okay, you're successful. You should be able to help those that are not as successful as you. Simple and plain. And some people are not successful not because they don't work hard. Some people simply don't have the opportunity. Period. End of story. Has nothing to do with whether or not you're working hard. If you're living in a country where 70% of the time you don't have light, if you like, you can be as smart as Einstein. But if you don't have basic things, the basic infrastructure, you're not going anywhere. It has nothing to do with your hard work. And many of those people have that type of reality. So you have the responsibility, and now this guy's a multi-millionaire, and he can support these people. So the things that probably give him joy are not being able to go to the beach, or, being able to be in Beverly Hills and run into Diddy or run into Jay-Z or whoever it is. He doesn't care about those type of things, because the things that are giving him joy are not that. So for me, the idea of Giannis leaving the Milwaukee Bucks, I think, will have absolutely nothing to do with scenery. Trust me. If the guy wants, he can go to Greece, and y'all have seen Greece. Greece is beautiful. He can go to Greece in the summertime, Santorini, and all these different places, and go enjoy himself. So I don't think Giannis is moved by, oh my God, I want to play in LA, or I want to play in New York. I think the guy, to be quite honest with you, and people that come from that particular play, and speaking to many people from that walk of life, could care less, to be honest with you, could care less. All they want is a good living, the basic things to be there. So they're not moved by that at all. Trust me. Secondly, let's talk about the contract that he's going to be offered. In the next contract, I think in 2021, they're going to be able, the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be able to offer Giannis Antetokoumpo the biggest contract in NBA history, worth over 247, let's just call it $250 million per annum. And let me tell you something. Looking at that contract, for example, that means the first year he's going to get paid $42 million, the next year $46 million, the next year 49.5, the next year 52.9, and the next year 56.3. Who's leaving that? Who's leaving that? Right? And you have to ask yourself the question. You're already the number one seed. You're already the finals MVP. Regular season MVP, defensive player of the year. So Giannis is thinking, hey, listen, all I need to do is get better, and this team needs to build around me. Right? I don't need to go anywhere. I can stay here. I've been the number one seed in the NBA for the last 2 seasons. Where am I going to? Right? Giannis doesn't like to play with a lot of guys, train with a lot of guys. So he's not into the whole buddy super team era anyway. If you want to come and join him, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to have you. But I don't think that he's going to be running to go play with somebody, which is also refreshing, to be honest with you. It's quite refreshing. So I don't see Giannis being even moved by that as well. And for me, I think he's going to stay. Not just for the money, because remember, he's already a millionaire, and I think he's already satisfied. Trust me, that's what I believe. But secondly, I think that the fact that given his upbringing, the things that would move a traditional free agent and want to go and play these places, it's not what's going to move Giannis. And that's why you can't put him in that category of, oh, I think he's going to move. He's not going to do that. If it's for championships, he's on a really great team. If it's for scenery, I don't think he gives a damn about that. So for me, if it's for the money, Milwaukee can offer him the most money. So for me, I think this is the truth about why Giannis Antetokoumpo most likely will re-sign with the Milwaukee Bucks. So what I want to know from you guys is, number one, do you agree with the things that I said? Do you think he's going to re-sign with the Milwaukee Bucks? Do you think he's going to move on? If he's going to move on, where is he going to move on to? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.